Hi, Busker909 here. I'm going to do a very quick comparison of a couple of my metal top guitars that I've made and show you my new one and what I did just to be different. This is one a lot of people like. It's just got a metal top and the pickup is pushed right up against the top. So you get a lot of piezo type sounds if you want them. Scratching away there. You know, sounds nice. Here's more of a standard one that you would play with the slide. Pretty slim. So it's not quite as alive as the other one, perhaps. I mean, they both sound good. I use them both. I'm happy with them both. But what I was thinking was one of the things I like about the bigger one was the little extra added weight to it. It's not heavy or anything, but it's got a little extra added weight. So I built this one, which is a lot thicker, as you can see. And I've done my usual tape thing. I'm allergic to paint, so I don't paint these things. I usually tape them up, unless I can talk somebody into painting it in the spring, maybe. Who knows? So right away you can tell it has a different tone. Now I'll turn things up a bit. So I'm going to show you some pictures of what I think is a unique way of hooking up a humbucking pickup. I have quite a few humbucking pickups left over from when I used to repair guitars and stuff. And a lot of them are microphonic. I usually dip them in wax. I have a video about that as well, so they don't go microphonic. And then I have a way of hooking them up that's really simple. I thought it might be useful for some of you out there, because a lot of places I know we did, where I worked, people came in looking for pickups. So we ended up with boxes of them, because we swap them out all the time. People buy a really inexpensive guitar and then they swap out the pickups. So we got no real use for them. We don't really want to resell used pickups. So we usually just give them to ourselves or give them away. So it's a really handy thing to be able to do. Definitely want to show you that. Before I do though, I will show you how to play the beginning of Kryptonite. I had a request for this. Very simple. Bar on 4, low, middle, high. I'm tuned to G, by the way, G to G. Then up to 7 with the little finger on the high string. Back down to 4. 4 on the middle. This is the only part you have to be a little quick. You lift up and get the high string open. Like that. Now I don't want to let the other strings ring. Yeah, so you just lift up slow enough where they mute out. And then the next riff is 0 on the low string, 4, 0 on the middle, 0 on the high. Which is just a G arpeggio. Arpeggio, Latin for broken chord, just means each note of the chord, one after the other. And then the next one is a sus 2 chord or a sus9 chord. That would be 2, which would be an A chord, by the way. 2 in the middle, 2 on the high, 4 on the high. Now the one difference is they're using 4 strings to do this. In stem we're using 3, so we can only get 3 of the notes ringing. They can get 4 of them, but that's actually the only difference. Whoops, that wasn't right. So try to let everything ring. Anyway, that's the beginning of Kryptonite. Before I go off into the picture part of things, one of the things, I don't know if you can tell with the camera, but I'm going to change the settings here in a minute, is there's a lot of depth to this. If they tell you that pickups basically just sound like the pickup, it don't sound like the instrument, I'll tell you something. I've got similar pickups and similar instruments, and each one sounds different. Plus, back in the day, I had an SG and 335 and a Les Paul. This is before they started putting different pickups in each guitar. Believe me, you can tell the difference between those 3 guitars, even though they have the same Gibson factory pickups in it. So it does make a difference how the guitar is made, regardless of what pickup you decide to use. So this is a humbucking pickup in here. I'm going to show you a picture of how I put it in just a minute, and how I made the frame a little bit bigger in case you want to try that. And this is nice. It just feels, you know, it's still small, but it still feels just a little more solid. It doesn't weigh much. I mean, like, you know, 4 pounds maybe. It's not like it's heavier. So anyway, you got a little... I don't know if you could tell, but there's a bottom end to it that isn't normally there in these tin top guitars, or LPGs, license plate guitars. I call the big ones tin tops and these ones LPGs. No effects there or anything. So I've changed the settings to the metal sound. So hopefully my camera microphone was enough to show you the difference between this sound, this guitar, and some of the other ones. Not that I don't like the other ones, I really, really do. But this one I wanted to be different, and I find that it sounds a lot fatter and a lot thicker. Plus I didn't put the pickup right up against the top, so you don't get those piezo type sounds, which I love, and they're great. And I wouldn't change the other guitars for anything, but I wanted something where I could just wail away on distortion and not have to worry about any of that. And this seems to have done the cake. And I think it sounds thicker because it is thicker. And it feels different when you hold it. I mean, it's small, like all of them, but it just has a solidarity to it. And it seems to blend together nicely, so it does change tone. Anyway, I'll get to the picture section and show you what I did different. So here's the layout of the wood. I wanted a frame effect. The license plate is 6 by 12, so I made the long pieces all 14, and I made the joining pieces 6, which would push it past the edges. That way it would have a nice white frame around it when I put the tape on it. So here it is laid out so you can kind of see what's happening here. I built a 4-walled frame, and then I wanted it higher and thicker, so I used the same poplar wood, which I get by the bundle. It's like 30 bucks for a bundle of 30 of them. That way I just continued using the poplar to make it, the whole instrument thicker, and I just placed the neck on top there. Just a different view of what I was talking about before, but I did put it all together and did the neck last instead of first. Usually I make the neck and then put it all together. I decided to do it in reverse. It had a few advantages, actually. Here I am just squaring up the frame to make sure it's square and gluing it so it's solid. This is crucial to how I put in the pickup. I'm putting in that middle piece that you see there, and it's just got one screw on each end, and at this point it is not glued, so it pivots. This is just showing how the neck is going to lie on top of that piece that pivots. And of course, I'm going to have to cut small pieces to fit in the gaps. So I'm just making sure that the license plate will be nicely framed. Like that, I got the size right. So I'm just positioning the pickup. I like to put it not in the neck, not in the bridge. I like it halfway between, kind of works for me. And it needs to be at an angle because it's meant for a 6-string, and it'll miss one of the 3 strings unless you put it tip it at an angle. This is kind of important, I think. So this is one of the parts I really want to make sure I made a point of showing you is I flatten out the little tines that hold the pickup cover and the screws. I straighten them out and then I turn them at a 45-degree angle so that they line up on each side of the piece of wood. So here's how it sits on that middle piece of wood. Remember, I didn't glue it. I just put a screw in each end. I will take the screw out and glue it later, but this way I can twist it and turn it, put the pickup where I want, and then turn it so I can use the screw hole that is already in the flange to attach it to the wood. It doesn't hurt to put some tape or a little cushioning under the pickup either. And now I'm just drawing a line so that I can cut the neck. I actually haven't mounted the pickup yet. I've just figured out where I'm going to put it in relation to the neck piece. I actually didn't need 2 lines. I really only needed 1, but that dawned on me later. So at this point, I'm going to actually mount the pickup. And I'm going to cut along one of those lines, and the short end, the butt end, I'm going to unscrew the screws of the middle piece, which now has the pickup on it. I'm going to rescrew them with glue, and then I'm going to put the butt piece on and glue and screw it. So the top part of the neck, the fretboard part of the neck, is not on yet. It'll go on next. So the fretboard needs to go over top of the license plate, which is about 1/16 of an inch thick. So this is just me filing down the underside of the fretboard, which I got from MBG. A nice rosewood fretboard, I think it is, with the frets already installed. So now I'm just positioning everything. I just put a couple screws to hold the plate down, and then a couple screws to sort of hold the bridge in position. What I do with the bridge is I take off the saddles, and underneath the saddles there's 3 holes. And I use those 3 holes to bolt it directly, or screw it directly, to the neck wood. So it's as solid as a rock. I don't worry about adding flanges to it like some people do, and using the outer screws. They're just for show. Just another view of me marking everything out to make sure I got everything in the right spot, including the fretboard, which I'm going to glue when I go inside. So I brought it inside, and I clamped and glued the fretboard into place, and I put the rest of the screws in the license plate top. And I did the bit with the saddles, took them off and screwed the thing properly in there, and then added the other screws and put the saddles back. I also put in the tuners at this time. It's kind of a backwards way of doing it, doing the body first and then the neck, and then putting the fretboard and the tuners on the neck. But it actually worked out really well and took a lot less time, so it might be onto something here. Who knows? My sister did the artwork on one of my T-shirts, Play Cigar Box Guitar, of course, and she sent me a bunch of stickers, and I thought, hey, this is pretty cool, so I trimmed it down and used it as a little bit of art on the headstock. And this, of course, is what it looked like before I put the strings on it. And you heard it at the beginning of the video. I hope my camera was good enough so you could see that it really has a fatter, fuller sound. It's actually pretty neat being a little thicker like that. So I hope maybe this will inspire some new builds out there. Thanks so much for watching. I know it's a bit of an overview. I didn't dwell on all the details, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.